This here is the wall mount processor. Let me just walk you through it. This is your water supply. So your city water supply is going to come from here. Okay, it connects right there to that dual check valve. This is a low pressure sensor. So if the water supply is cut off, this will keep your motor from running and burning up. This solenoid valve is what opens and closes to make water and fill what would be your reservoir tank. Now, you're gonna have to buy your own reservoir tank, okay? But you will be able to buy from us the float switch to mount to your reservoir tank, and this will control when this is making water to fill up your reservoir tank. Your reservoir tank is what will supply water to your dispensers on the wall, okay? Let me just continue to walk you through this before we give you a demonstration. The water supply comes in through here. This valve opens whenever that float switch drops to let it know that it's time to start making water to keep the tank full. The water comes through here. This is a pre-sediment filter, then a pre-carbon filter, okay? Then from here it runs to this processing pump. And the processing pump is what boosts the pressure to be able to push it through the RO membrane. Okay, so from the processing pump, which also kicks on when this valve opens, this RO controller is what's communicating to everything. This float switch is what's communicating to the RO controller. Okay, it'll tell it when the tank is full and it'll shut it down. Okay, everything kicks on, pump kicks on, pushes water through the RO membrane. The RO membrane has two outlets, okay? The center outlet is your good water, and this is your wastewater, okay? So you're gonna wanna at least have a 1-to-1 ratio or maybe a little bit more wastewater, okay? They supply here, and this pressure gauge is how you create back pressure to make water, all right? This RO membrane is rated about 100 to 150 psi, but your float switches here what you're gonna monitor to set the correct pressure. So you will want these to be, balanced. Okay, and it's telling you how many gallons per minute is carrying the wastewater down the drain, how many gallons per minute is going into the tank to make water. Okay, so pump pushes water through here. Needle valve adjusts the back pressure. Back pressure pushes the water to the center. Okay, so this line will go to your drain, and we just have it running to a drain tank over there. All right, this line will go to your good water tank. This water tank, like I said, will be whenever the float drops down that far, then it'll communicate to the RO processor to start making water again. This is your RO system controller. And it'll have the processor kick the whole system on and say, fill the tank. All right, the tank is where you're gonna draw, and you can have as big a tank as you want, 300 gallon, 500 gallon, however big a tank you want. That tank is gonna supply water to your dispensers, okay? You can buy the simmer pump that can deliver water. This one pump can deliver water to all of your spouts, all 6 spouts, if you have them in the same place, okay? If you have them where you can run a line. So the water from the tank, water supply from here, goes into the simmer pump here, all right? And then the simmer pump will suck the water from the tank, and through here, it will dispense, and this is the line that you will run, and you'll split off. You can build an assembly here to split off to your different spouts. Okay, so you can just run tee off to your different spouts from here. All right, and this in our demonstration is going to simulate, this little ball valve is going to simulate your solenoid valves on each spout. So if somebody dispenses the water from your dispenser, they press the button, the solenoid opens. It's going to be kind of like how this valve would open, and whenever it opens, the relieving of the back pressure is going to have that pump kick on automatically to start dispensing water to your customer. And whenever at the solenoid closes at the 1 gallon, 3 gallon, or 5 gallon mark, it closes. And when it closes and creates back pressure, this has a built-in sensor to shut it off. Okay, so it's pressure controlled. All right. Now let me just set you up, and we'll give you a demonstration of this powered on. So we just have it plugged in to regular 110 power. Okay, we have water supply is open. All right, right now it's kicking on because you can see this tank, the water's low, so my float switch is dropped. Okay, so it's saying inlet valve open. That's this valve. RO pump is going to kick on. That's this pump. That's what you hear. Okay, so we have water coming through. That's your incoming pressure gauge. This is your back pressure gauge here. Okay, so it's going to start pushing water through this assembly. Into the tank. As you can see, this pressure is building here. You can adjust it with the needle valve. As you adjust the needle valve here, you see these float switches adjust there. You can bring it up to 100 psi, and you can back it off. Okay. You can also use a flathead to tighten your pump down. That will also increase your pressure. This filter wrench is so you can change your pre-filters. Okay. This is what you would use to mount. This system is heavy, so you would mount this to the wall. So you would mount this to the wall, find your studs, mount it through, run bolts through, and it has a ledge to be able to catch. You could just slide this on. Slide in, and then you have holes in the top that you would mount directly to the wall. Okay, so that's your mounting bracket. This is your float switch in your tank. Let me demonstrate how this works. As the tank fills up to the top, it'll push this up. When it pushes that up, it'll connect here. And you can hear it shutting off. Alright? So whenever the customer dispenses water, it's pulling water out of the tank. It starts to lower the tank. It'll drop down. It'll catch on the bottom. When it pulls it down, it's communicating back to the RO controller. Start making water again so we can keep up with our sales. Okay? You'll hear it kick on in just a second. This simple pump, let's say your customer goes to the your customer puts their money into your dispenser, solenoid valve opens up. That would be the same as this opening up. And then this is going to suck the water through. This will suck the water through from the tank. And you can have any kind of assembly you want up here. You can have it where you split off. You can add cheese into your assembly to split off to as many spouts as you want. Open that up. Valve opens up, it automatically kicks on. It's dispensing water. Okay, so it's dispensing water to the customer at your dispenser. Okay? It gets to the calibrated amount, 1 gallon, 3 gallon, 5 gallons, whichever one they select. The controls will shut it off that valve. Boom. And it shuts it off. See, just from the back pressure.